Hello, hello. We are live on Twitch and recording the episode. Welcome to another episode of Lunch Stream and Chill. I'm Rofure. Here at Lunch Stream and Chill, we play games, usually story games. We enjoy them, we respond to them. And hopefully we make your day a little bit better. The goal here is to have a little time to relax. Sometimes I wax philosophical with my two-cent philosophy. We're on episode 2 of Rogue Trader here. Essentially, I made it through character creation. And that's about it. Still figuring out the controls, but after character creation, you get dumped on this platform. And you have a brief conversation. I don't even remember all the controls yet. Here's what I created. To be clear, I know nothing about this game. Except kind of generally what it is. Although, I thought it was more like Baldur's Gate-ish. And when I say that, I mean Baldur's Gate 1, right? I was assuming it'd be a 3-quarter isometric team-based game that you play through, but it sounds like there's some grand strategy things going on and maybe a little bit more. I think the idea here is to go for an intelligence build where I can later not require any fellowship points and just focus on intelligence and logic to make my way through the game. I have no idea if that's going to work or not. I'm hoping so. And I'm leaning towards a Puritan build for my first playthrough. So I don't know, again, I don't know much about this, but pumped the logic, really focused on intelligence, perception, willpower, and dumped a lot of the combat stats because I want to see how that plays out. If you know something about this game,
keep my options open.
Please feel free to let me know. Try not to spoil too much, but come on in and say hello. Interactable objects. Some objects can be interacted with. Interesting. So, some will not be marked, but the cursor changes when you hover. Okay. Hold tab to highlight objects. Cool. Hey, there's somebody sitting under the table. Or on the chair? I guess on the chair. Surprisingly uneventful. Yeah, so it's my understanding that when you travel in the Warhammer universe, you travel through the warp to shorten your trip. And the warp is essentially like the Warhammer 40k version of hell. So you can run into all sorts of crazy stuff. Cool. So there's something to interact with here. Interesting. Show data on the vid screen. Okay. But let's check this out first. Conference table crafted from real wood. A resource of incredible value. Yeah. Why would they have real wood? That's interesting. The sacred mechanism has been interfered with without due reverence. The duration of this data processing cycle has tripled. Alright, so I'm getting in the way, making their job harder. Noble guests, workers, total prostrate at the altar of the Emperor, I think. Kind of intriguing. This image here, I don't know if that's supposed to be the Emperor or not. I don't think so, because usually the Emperor is depicted in a different way.
Let us not dawdle.
But we'll go ahead and move up here. Anything else to interact with? Just people? Servitor. Alright. Well, to the door we go.
One of the fond Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain. What's happening?
Oh, the servitors have malfunctioned. That's not good. Oh yeah, cower in front of a servitor. Super strong servitor. That's not good.
Challenges make the spoils.
You have been ambushed. Alright. Okay, start the battle. Alright. Fighting orders on the left here. Oof. Movement. All battles are on the grid. Move, attack, and use abilities. Cool. Movement points determine how far they can move. Sure. Cool. But now this causes me to try to remember, what am I doing here? I have a ranged weapon, and I believe that's kind of my forte here. So, an analyze to gain exploits, and I guess the question is, exploits make it easier to hit? Oh, more damage. So, we'll go ahead and try to do that. So, where do we have analyze enemies? Cool. And then we're going to go ahead and
see to it
take a shot here. 14. That's good. I like that.
It's as good as done. I won't stand for it.
That can't be used again this turn. Okay. Does that mean my turn is done? Action points 1. Okay, well, got it. When you're ready to end your turn, press space. Cool. These officers are not very good shots, huh?
I'll see to it personally. I refuse. My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
Alright, so once I shoot, even if I still have action points, I can't move. That's no good. It's good to know. Up was the weasel. Man. Is there a percentage here somewhere? %. Okay. Spends all movement points, can no longer use attacking abilities. So, let's just move behind Conrad here. And then after the move, take a shot. This. Every attacker ability has AP associated with it. Wish you'd given me this before we start. Cool. To attack. Cool. Amount of damage. Depends on parameters, weapons, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, the effective range. Certain abilities are considered attack actions and can only be used once per turn. Okay, well. Dodge. Whew.
For the glory of the Imperium!
Nice.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here.
Indeed.
I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Why the pause? It's kind of a strange pause. Alright. Characters with melee weapons block adjacent enemies' ability to perform attacks with ranged weapons. Nice. Pistols and shotguns are an exception. Cool.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Indeed. I'm gonna open the map using M. Okay, let's learn about the map. Hey look, there's a map. You can zoom in and out. What does this do? Center, okay. That's the legend, I guess. Let's see what we got here. The wires are still smoldering. Short circuit of the motive force. Interesting. We have all these things on display. Even Rust battle tank. Wow. All threats have been eliminated. It's absolutely safe. Is it though? What are all these chunks of rock?
Always keep your eye on the price.
What are you? Violet alloy. Obsidian. Glow. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Represents sea coral. Oh, cool. Alright, well, him trusting that I could get to the door by myself apparently was accurate.
Keep your wits about you.
Hey, we have a named person here. Tech priests, another servitor. The Grand Void Ship Temple occupies the entire space below the officer's deck and is lit by countless candles and lumens. What is a lumen in this context?
I always have a backup plan.
It's over here. The lifts carrying people around the decks move with a loud grinding noise. Indeed. Alright, well. Moving on to the opposite side. So, the Imperium uses, you essentially have like fighting forces, and you have servants, and then you have, you know, near automatons. The servitors are usually criminals that they've taken and turned into relatively mindless cyborgs. It's pretty dark, honestly.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
I'm going to listen in silence.
While you are considering your answer, Edelthrad, I wish to speak with someone else. Perhaps I shall hear something more interesting than incoherent mumbling. Approach.
What is this? Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversations in such a fashion?
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Step forward.
Regards you with a look that is imperious, predatory, and oppressive.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronus expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Well, I'm going to use my lore answer here. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Ion 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it will give us the answer. This is brutal pragmatism.
Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psychers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants.
Well, he's definitely likable. I gave a straight answer to a simple question.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Interesting. All right. Okay, so this passive skill tests pop up here. If a skill test exists, succeeds, new information will be revealed, or a hidden dialogue option will unlock. Cool. Party member with the highest score in the applicable skill uses it. Great.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me?
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lickspittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valencius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Indeed.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valencius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
When the hour comes. Interesting. One of.
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Ethelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valencius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
If you're satisfied, what sense is there in having this conversation?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Ethelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors.
Indeed.
The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here. One could not in good faith describe your background as one of exemplary service to the Imperium. However, I am intrigued by you and your past. To have survived and prospered between the letters of the law is a rare achievement among those in our circle. You are skilled in the art of taking risks and cutting corners. Trust me when I say that you will have sufficient opportunity to apply this talent for the good of the house.
Interesting.
Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the von Valencius line.
May I ask questions?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Should I tell her? What are my current responsibilities? I think it's a good start.
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad.
Good.
Till that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me.
Such hearsay
Idira
amuses me. What a
eagerly
quote.
retells me everything she
What a
learns from the
quote.
whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning
For the
cogitators,
Emperor.
and unused compartments to make
How are you
ignorant
doing
folks
there?
speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
It's good to see you there, Chug. It's been a while.
Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars.
Yeah, I streamed for a few months on a different platform. And it kind of didn't go anywhere. And I decided to move over to Twitch. And then summer happened. So, but here we are. My Everspace 2 series had 43 episodes. Went through the entire story and then moved into Endgame. It was good stuff.
Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Gellerfield, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. That is how humanity spread across the galaxy. That is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars.
Indeed. Yeah, so I've played a couple of Warhammer-related games, or Warhammer-specific games, and then I hopped into Space Marine 2, and it was just a blast. And so now I'm looking back and going, huh, what else do we have? And Rogue Trader was on my wish list for a while. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think I'm going to be joining Killtech for a Space Marine 2 section of his Extra Life stream. They're doing it in December. But if you want to play... Oh, great. Love hearing it, Ethan. Yeah, if you want to play some Space Marine 2 sometime, let's definitely do it. And if you don't want me streaming while I'm doing it, you let me know. But, well, yeah. I've recorded quite a bit of Space Marine 2, but it's just kind of too violent to put on my YouTube page. Yeah, Ethan, it's my first time checking it out. I'm really excited for it. Okay, Chug, you text me when you're available. My PC is at the office now, so sometimes I might have to run out here in the evening to play. But it's definitely down for it. So, Ethan, I went for an intelligence, wisdom, and perception build. But I have no idea what I'm doing, and I didn't look anything up in advance. I think discovery of a game like this is part of the fun, and there's so much information out there, you know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. All right. Surely I can prove myself worthy.
Asking questions of this sort. I have no need for sycophants. I will draw my conclusion.
I have no more
In
questions.
That case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
This should definitely be interesting. So, because I did my build the way I did it, my combat is going to be really challenging. I'm playing on normal difficulty, but I really am built for conversation and problem solving.
You will beg for
More the
mercy,
metagame than the actual
but I
combat
will
part of the
grant
game.
none.
Come to chaos!
This looks pretty bad from a standpoint of what we're doing here. All right, 6 range. Don't yet know how to calculate it particularly. So, we've been ambushed. 3 get to go before me. We'll just kind of see how that starts.
Protect me.
Follow my lead.
Did she just run? She just ran.
My faith strengthens me. To the heritage. Out of my way.
Use cover. Oh yeah, good. So from here, I should be able to take a shot. No, can't see him from there. What if I go here, take a shot at this one? 95%. That's pretty good. And I'm not likely to get flanked. So we'll call that good. Got it. Critical hit. Nice.
Chaos guides me.
Such is the will of chaos.
I serve the ruinous powers.
I'm liking how this is voiced.
My place is at the fore.
The heretics always make me chuckle because the things that they yell don't make any sense. I mean, yes, I serve the ruinous powers. Yes, of course you do. But also, why would you say that in battle?
Hand in hand. One fewer target.
Ah. All right, so I have 3 enemies left on the field. He goes after the others. I think my best call here is going to be to move up and then take a shot. 38%, 38%. What if I move here and take a shot? Still 38%. What if I move here and take a shot? Do I get the flank? I do not. Well, let's still take 38. We'll try for it. See how it goes. Maths. Down we go.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Reduced to dust.
Nice.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What are your
Mort
orders?
has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Alright, so the officer's deck is under attack. We're going to go ahead and take a look around. It looks like I don't need to be looting bodies or anything. That's good. That bridge is up. That bridge is up. So we'll come up here. Haha. Man, having a single shot gun going into this mess must be rough. Nice flank. I like that.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Indeed.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
She's here.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance.
Interesting.
Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Hey, thanks for joining us if you're joining us. I'm Rofure, this is rofuregames, Lunchstream and Chill. We just play story games, sometimes have some music, and some 2-cent philosophy. So, welcome if you're here. It's my first time playing through this game, honestly, off of the back of Space Marine 2. An excellent, fun little jaunt. Alright. A mutiny against the Emperor's Anointed? We must provide immediate assistance to those. That to me seems like something that the that the Lord would not like here. If this is indeed a severe case of warp madness, the situation is dire. So I think that what she's going to want is execute the traitors. And I also think that that's the
First, we have
the
to
alignment
confirm
that I want to be
the
here.
Navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
Yeah.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Yeah. guess I'm going to join
Then
you.
it's settled. Find Ethelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down.
All right, we're going to hide that.
I require you both. Do you understand?
I hear and obey. This is what she wants.
Then move out! Mort, come.
Alrighty. Cool, cool. Where does this take us?
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do lead the way. I don't know if kindness is the right approach for Conrad, but I'll try.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
No longer relevant? Oh, oh. He's one of the traitors. Betrayed. Betrayed. He just kicks me in the leg.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you.
Nice of you to give me the option.
We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind.
Oh, of course it
Fond
has.
Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help.
Oh, you already
After all,
tried.
Isn't that what family is for?
Alright, since I'm playing a loyalist for sure, no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the Warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
I feel like this is an automatic game over moment. I'm still doing it. To the void with you! Huh. Interesting. Trying to force me. Huh. I am not your puppet. Voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence. Oh. So that is... Being a loyalist here apparently gives you a penalty. Warp corruption, eh? Tech use 75. Okay, skill test. Got it. So, skill value, difficulty modifier. Chance 100%. Okay. What immediately catches your eye is a strange alloy used as a material for the machine's components. Okay. Servitor begins to move. Screeching and groaning, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek. Oh, that's a horrifying image. After thinking about what servitors do, ugh. Vid screen right of you lights up. All right. Examine the Sentinel. It looks differently than the ones you're used to. Ensure the service life of this unit would be much longer. Look for anything that can be used as a weapon. Your search is in vain. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Have to move forward, okay. Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Ethan, I like the idea of a heretic run. I just don't know what it looks like at all. Could have fun with it. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards a loyalist run because I like the unintended consequences of trying to be the good guy. For some reason, that always amuses me. You know what I mean? Like the Outer Worlds, that game where if you try to be the good guy, it causes all sorts of problems, and you know. That's the idea. High levels of caustic humors, heightened stress. Do you require assistance? Yes, I do. The entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to cause you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Nice! Surprise!
There is still another way.
Okay. So it opened the door. That's not ideal. Where did he go? Whatever. We'll go check.
I always keep my options open.
To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim, triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate. So cool. Love the phrasing. It's great.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Ah. Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I am defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Voxcast frequencies disrupted.
Vox disrupted.
Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Head to the upper decks. On we go.
Communication protocols reached. Signal latency assessment on middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration are unlimited. Calculated. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber.
Alright. As game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen. Cool. Journal. Cool. Great. Let's turn this camera around. Head out. Seal the warrant chamber.
Master? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
How did you find me? Are you with that traitor?
Master, with all due respect, what nonsense are you saying? Kunrad? A traitor?
Rofure
Saints'
admitted
blood.
it openly.
And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster.
Sit out.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Alright. While fighting, your character can lose some wounds, has suffered an injury after being attacked. Yeah, sure. Okay, so injury is different than wounds. Okay, affect a character's resolve. Interesting, okay. All injuries reduce a character's stats. They can become traumas. So, that's intriguing progression of wounds. Interesting. Once combat is over, the wounds are replenished automatically, but injuries remain. Gotcha. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Okay. So, got it.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
Medkit.
Let me help.
I won't forget this.
Nice. And then let's come on in here. It's not that. This. Weapons. To equip new weapons and armor. Cool. You can switch between party members. Cool.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now the lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
All right.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming.
Indeed. While traveling
These
through the warp.
are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation.
I heard of Oxcast.
If we... Lady Theodorus. Which one? The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
I mean, I feel like the only real answer here is, for the Imperium and humanity, lead the way, Seneschal.
Come.
Loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home! And with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trade... Don't you dare to cross us!
Tactical phase. Interesting. I'm starting back here and using this distance as best as possible. Alright. Available abilities are located at the bottom right of the screen. Yep, sure. Description of the ability, sure. So let's... First, let's see. Can I equip this during battle? Unable in combat. I am disappointed. Alright. Oh well. So... Single shot. Cool. Deadeye shot. Cool. $90, $90, $90, $90. Cutthroat, cutthroat, cutthroat. Are they all the same? As far as we know, they're all the same.
I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance. I won't stand for it. Who if not me?
Alright, you're done. Alright, no companion is a warrior. Specializes in melee combat. Charge. Okay.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I took care of this one.
Interesting. Okay, attack of opportunity if they try to run away. Cool. Brace for impact.
At your beck and call.
Seems like a good idea.
I am your doom.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Death to non-believers!
My ears are ringing.
Crush the feeble.
Death to the weak!
Alright. Got it. Alright, what do we got here? Did I shot? %. Seems like that's the maximum.
On it. Your end was inevitable.
Call that good. What do you have here? Cleave. Parry, nice.
Chaos guides me.
1 damage. I'll take it. I'll take 1 damage. Seems fine to me.
I'll make it happen. Another enemy down.
You can advance the level of your character and companions. Cool. Alright. Movement order matters, yes. Once they attack, they lose movement points. Yep. Got it. Perfect. Oh, and I actually have enemies I can loot this time. Defeated enemies have no further need of their former belongings. Huh, interesting. Items on the left are packed up as cargo and sent to your ship. Okay. So... Okay. Now, let's have a look here.
Time with pleasantries.
Character level. How do I level up again? Ah. Okay, so what ability opened here? Tech use and logic. I think I'm going to lean into logic here. Then... Oh, is that how that goes? Okay. So I pick this and then I get that. All right. Complete. Cool. Warrior. 1 rank available. Cool. Athletics. Carouse. Well, I like both of these. Let's do carouse for now. Complete.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright, so I can select all that way. These are all opened up. Good. Off we go to the sanctum. Zone map. Okay. So, this Navigator Sanctum is where we're headed. I like that. There's a lot of systems to learn right here, right away. It's not bad, it's just...
Our Navigator Sanctum is directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
Who's this? Is this a psyker we didn't know about?
And so, He will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man.
I like her already.
The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
Oh, she is definitely touched by the warp.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud.
Too loud.
And you are von Valencius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
Ah.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
The mercy of the warp?
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master cog, and the silence that followed.
Interesting.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
That indeed sounds important. Without a navigator, I don't think we get out of the warp.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity.
Ooh.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
I don't think I know enough Warhammer to piece apart what's going on here. All right. Backspace to get the whole party. Cool.
Did I mention that my whispers tell you jokes? Jokes that once said aloud make your eyes bleed and blood curdle.
Oh my goodness.
Talk about black comedy.
Talk about black comedy. Gosh. She's a wild person. I like her so far. Oh, do I want to... Yeah, we'll set Abelard up like this. She has Lay's pistol already. Can we dual wield swords? Is that... Oh, that's a thing. And they show up on the character. I don't think that's a good idea at all with our current setup, but you know. Might as well. Okay.
Fate and fortune favor the bold. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Off we go. Oh my.
Your seneschal is always there.
The masters demand your death!
Prepare for battle. Alright. So 2 of them get to go first before us. I think it would be wise to find some cover. This is in pretty close. I think on this difficulty it's going to be fine.
I am your doom! Out of my way!
Ooh. Psychoran operative. She can study opponents and identify their abilities and then deal damage to them. Yep. Interesting. Okay. I suppose weakness is an ability used against a single enemy. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So, let's see what you can do here. Analyze enemy.
Will do.
And you deal 4 to 8. 2 AP. I'm trying to decide, do I take out one of these 2? It's going to get a turn. Kind of thinking I do. Try to anyway.
I know what is to come.
Good dodge, like that.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Warning. Okay, yeah. Warning for the warrior. Hey, look.
Just a minor setback.
Use a hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions. Yes.
I'll see to it personally.
Miss. mean, 90% is pretty high. I don't know if I beat that very easily.
It will be done.
Alright, so Adir's out there with no cover. Abelard at least has a buff. Rofure's out there with no cover. Can't do it. Race for impact.
I'm not interested.
Okay, probably good.
Let's get to it. Chaos
Cover helped
guides
me,
me.
nice.
Farewell.
Farewell.
If
90%.
not me.
Go for it. Not having a good record here. Not having a good approach.
I'd rather not.
Okay, so let's move here instead, then charge.
Follow my lead.
Charge.
Indeed. One fewer target.
Okay. Well, I guess you get one more shot, Mr. Sharpshooter. I'm gonna say goodbye. Let's try this shriek.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Woo, the shriek is functional. Love it.
I believe Master Vespider still lives.
Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Let's ask Adira what's up.
Wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Your time is short.
Our time is short for what?
To your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
What? The fusion between the body and chair appears to be stronger. Mutant remains seating, but leans as far forward as he can. Ugh.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing.
Let's march, thunders under the garden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Oh.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Let's address Abelard.
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman.
If he's still alive.
He is still alive.
Yep.
It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must...
Vespidus, good luck. And thank you.
wild. So we're going to lose our navigator, it seems like. At least it's highly likely. We may have saved the ship. Okay. Let's figure out where we need to go next. Officer's deck, seems like. Collect all. Accept. Oh yeah, I didn't pick up anything on the bodies. That was just offered to me at the end of leaving that area. That's a great feature. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
Oops.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
Sister of Battle.
Told you he would protect us.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
What a great intro.
My light. My Emperor.
I love how this is voiced. I really like it. That's great. What a great intro to her. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. So great. Oh man.
Sister Argenta.
It does make sense in the lore,
Sister
though, doesn't
Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face.
I don't know much
It is
about the lore
unfamiliar.
there, Ethan, but
Who are
my
you?
understanding is the Sisters of Battle are not to be romantically involved. Is that right?
The hour is dark and daunting. Ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the arch-enemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces.
Oh, they're
But in
just
these
guardsmen?
dire
I thought
moments,
she was a
little
part of
can
a
be
special
trusted.
chapter.
So I must
Or not
know
chapter.
why
Chapter has Space Marine connotations. I think you know what I mean, though.
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I am no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
There we go. Adepta Sororitas. That's what I thought. Your orders are to serve the ecclesiarch. Why did they change that word? Ecclesiarchy. Nice. Okay.
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain.
A guest. Ah.
And that story deserves its own time.
Under more appropriate
Conversation.
circumstances.
Under
Indeed.
more appropriate circumstances.
Well, thank you for
Enough idle
enlightening me,
chatter.
Ethan.
I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
I don't know much about the Warhammer lore. I'm just having fun jumping into it recently. I did play the Mechanicus game, and then a
Through
couple
this
other
door, I shall
things
join
here
you,
and there over the
for
years.
It is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Indeed.
good to hear it. Sister?
Ready.
Ready.
May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
All right, weapon sets. Perfect. Swapping weapon sets does not cost action points. That's great to know. Okay, let's go back to here. Let's check
Join
her out.
me in prayer.
So she's got a pistol and a rifle. Should I give her some sort of axe or sword? 6 to 9, 5 to 7. Give her an offhanded weapon there. This is the same staff, no benefit. Scrappy autogun? What does that plus mean? Info. Okay, whatever. On we go. Checking our surroundings. Goods. Tox dispenser module. Interesting. Well-maintained sniper rifle. Collect all. New, more efficient weapon. You've received a sniper rifle +1. Okay, let's put it on then. You're gonna be so insistent. Come on. Well maintained. Cool. Better range. Like that.
Let us not dawdle.
Explosion large enough for one person to get through. Wow, imagine that. Seems like that was what was necessary at the time. Great. Door's blocked. Okay. Oh, here's the door we need. Can I...
Always
there we go.
Keep your eye on the price.
Like that. Heretic cutthroat. Can I ambush them?
Lead us to fortune.
More enemies to face judgment. We are truly blessed this day.
You make a suitable sacrifice.
All right. Who goes first? I go first. Then cutthroat nearby. Assailant. Cutthroat nearby. Okay. So, I think Abelard is gonna set up there. Genta, maybe he's gonna set up here. Genta can set up here. Rofure is gonna be way behind with cover on 3 sides, half cover on 3 sides, and Adira is gonna just be kind of out of the way. We'll start the battle, see where things go. Argenta is soldier, expert with burst ranged weapons and area effect weapons. Run and gun. Extra movement and reduces the cost of the next attack. Okay. An additional attack with a ranged weapon. Yeah, that is handy. Revel and Slaughter. Certain types of weapons make burst attacks. You select a direction rather than a specific target. Ooh. Okay. Sounds good to me. Oh, and she goes first? Nice. Yeah, let's just kind of... I'm just going to aim this way. I like that. We'll call that good. Alright, so 1 health, 7 health, 3 health. Let's see what we got here. 90%, 90%, 90%. Yeah, I mean,
it's as good as done.
just want to make sure that we have 1 less putting out an attack here.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Pain cleanses the body.
Death to non-believers.
Good. Alright, so next we have 1, 2, wait, where are you? Way up there. And 3. So Abelard, you are going to run up here. Oh, you're not Abelard. That's Adira. That's Adira. What are you doing, Adira?
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Two more down. Oh, we have more enemies. All right.
Was it you? Or...
Let me see.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, none of you guys really deserve that. I'm not good for now. Wait, she gets to go again? How does that all work?
Chaos guides me.
Wonder if we pull up here and then we charge. That'll work.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
Then we'll shoot this guy and hope for good luck. No luck.
Out of my way. Chaos guides me.
Switch to this weapon set and give you a little sword love. Could I have run up? Yeah, probably. I didn't want to necessarily put myself in a scenario where I got the attack of opportunity given away for no reason. We're going to go ahead and try to take this guy out.
You never stood a chance.
Yes, sir. Next up.
The ruinous powers.
So how is it watching somebody make goofy choices because they're still figuring out the game? That's what I want to know.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Abelard, you have been ridiculously lucky, and I love it. Okay, let's charge up here. Then
My place is at the fort.
we'll have a chance to take a shot at this assailant as well.
One fewer target.
What was the percentage on this? 16%. Alright, I guess I have to live through one more round. Good, it's a miss. Switch back to that rifle. What do we got for percentage here? 49. Let's run up. Shoot at him from here. Still 49?
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Good stuff. I like that I can shoot and then decide to use that ability afterwards. That's nice. That's good. Alright, let's figure out what we can grab here. Open the door. Logic check.
Just as I planned.
To succeed, you must roll a value equal to or less than the sum of both. Okay. The higher the score, the easier it is to succeed. Okay. Skill scores depend on the character's respective characteristics. So that's why that check earlier didn't matter. Cheers, Ethan. Hopefully you didn't send that too long ago.
Keep your wits about you.
So it seems to me like I misunderstood the way that skill checks work, and I'm kind of glad that I just read that explanation of it. Because it seems like they're backwards to what I thought they were. An exact replica of the Void Ship. So you have to roll under, and since you have to roll under instead of rolling over, that means that a difficulty of 75 is actually 25 in my brain. I have to figure out how to translate these things as we go through the game here. It won't take long to move that around.
Is there money to be made?
But lots of games go back and forth on this, where sometimes it's higher than, sometimes it's lower than. You just have to remember that this one is backwards to the normal that I think about. Collect. Alright. And then up here, demolition, blow up the door. Alright, well, let's just open this other door first. Tech use, Rofure, tech use, Rofure, demolition.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Restore the power supply.
That's how it's done.
Logic 100%.
I always get the job done.
Logic test succeeded. Alright, so with logic 65%... Still not sure I understand this entirely. So base 50. Logic plus 65%, difficulty plus 30%. I still don't quite understand how these are done.
My options open.
I think I understand that make number go up is a way to make this happen.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Ooh, shotgun. So, this might be a little goofy, but I think I'm going to be giving myself the shotgun. the operator's gloves as well. Blow up the door. Melt a charge. Available 5.
Never doubt me.
Alright. Level up time, apparently. Expose weakness. Cool. Is that all I do? Seems so. Alright. Endure. Gains temporary wounds. Cool. What about you? Operative. You're the same. Expose weakness. Cool. Revel in slaughter. Cool. Alright.
I always have a backup plan.
Now this is looking a little bit more like the game I thought it would be as we start to explore.
Just as I planned.
Oh, helmet. Not terrible. Throw that on.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Fallen steel? Cool. Alright, moving back. Through and around.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile
Hey,
investment.
perception. Multi-key. Okay. I can't see anything. They walked right through the fire.
Are you lost, my heir?
Oh no.
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition.
That's
Trickery
not
of the
good.
warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality.
That's wild.
I can lead you out of these flames.
Show you a path. Rid you of pain.
And give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
The entity dwelling in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading that you give her an immediate answer, and it can only be acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart. If you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
Whew.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a...
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel... What are we waiting for?
Interesting. So, we're gonna go dogmatic. The Emperor will guide the righteous on their path. Thousands of needles pierce your consciousness, but are powerless to stop you. You take a step forward and the illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you, and Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of your companions calling you from behind, the screams of the weak dying in the inescapable blaze. The screams of the weak. The blinding inferno, the harrowing pyre, the all-consuming storm releases you as you step out, barely able to stay on your feet. The blood is pounding in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes, caked in soot and burnt eyelashes, refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing to your knees. The rush of blood in your temples and the horrible pain all over your scorched body cloud your mind, before suddenly retreating as if driven away by some mighty will. A new strength spreads through your veins, and despite the wounds, your body is once more ready for trials and struggle. You open your eyes and see, aglow with warm light before you, the Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. This is pretty neat. I like the intensity of the writing. In the next moment, you are struck with another realization. The repulsive presence, the one that's plagued your mind since Voitvir wounded you, is gone. The fire seems to have burned away the entity without a trace. That's interesting for sure.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive.
So cool.
Which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
Indeed, Argenta. Indeed. The rest of the people who followed you have withered away in the fire that continues to rage a mere 2 steps away from you. The Emperor protects Seneschal.
Indeed he does. Oh, if I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed.
What happened to Lady Theodora?
That wasn't
Did
her.
she follow us?
That wasn't her. That's the key.
There was no Theodora, witch.
Yes.
There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious?
Adepta Sanctimonious?
What? We'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord Captain standing there in the fire? Abelard, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, or holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
Rise and stand tall. No element holds power over the righteous. I like the intensity. It's great. Your muscles feel strong and your limbs obey you without fail. And yet, deep inside, you feel a certain tension, akin to that of a taut string. Be it adrenaline or the strength of your faith, it will not carry you much farther. And we're under attack.
Did my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake.
I hurried here to join forces with you and the others.
Indeed it is. Your wounds.
Lore Warp 80. Interesting. It says chance 100%. Skill value difficulty modifier 80. I don't know what this means. I really don't. I don't know how to... Okay. Ethelfrad does not seem to have changed since you first met, but only at first glance. His face has taken on a strange hue. The skin at his temples appears scaled. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The psyker body has begun to mutate. You are not in the best shape yourself.
Noticed the signs of my blessing, have you? Yes. The warp is taking its toll. But I'm still sane and able to hold my weapon. I'll fight for the von Valencius bloodline to the end. And if the price is the eternal curse of mutation, so be it.
My faith will keep me upright with a weapon in my hand. That is all that matters.
Forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the faith of he who has passed a trial by fire.
Indeed.
I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her arch-militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I last saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways?
It was at this very elevator, Master Ethelfrad. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular import. After that, all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts.
This is troubling, and the timing is inopportune. I'm still receiving fragmentary reports from the breach. Kunrad Voigtveer was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once.
So I don't know, just metagaming here for a second, I don't know if going to Theodora's chambers is like a side mission and then we go to the assault on the bridge, or if we can, or if by choosing the bridge, I'm skipping that. So, is it a side quest? Is it something direct? I shall go to her chambers.
A reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be waylaid. Once you have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The rogue trader's appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hope, however frightened or exhausted they may be.
I agree.
Until next we meet, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle.
What advice do you seek? This wound will make a fine scar.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day. Let us not dawdle.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
What do we have here? Always keep your eye on the price.
Collect all. Right. Want you over here. Okay, moving around. We know where we need to go for Lord Captain's quarters, which is important. Oh, come on. Is that it? This little platform? Okay. The elevator. Because we knew we had these goods over here. Alright, back we go to the Lord Captain's quarters.
I always keep my options open.
Check that corpse first. what luxury this is.
Keep your wits about you.
On a ship, of all things. Look at this. Huge bed. Standing reading section. Multiple shrines. Oh no. That's not good. Organ doesn't see use. I'm not surprised. Interesting.
Is there money to be made?
Helmet of the Devoted Protector. Collect all. So then, the question is... Seems good to me. I think
I refuse.
Can't be equipped by this character. Okay.
Not this Scryer's job.
This one can be. You already have 2 on you. Okay. That's fine. Back to it.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Let's have a look here. Theodore van Valencia's body is sprawled on a large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
She voice acted the hell out of that. Oh my goodness.
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
All right.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Let's check her body first, then. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot. An extraordinarily accurate one. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise. The last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchment and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. This is interesting. Why would my character know this? Perhaps he would.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
What do the shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul. Tainted witchcraft.
Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble on a dark document starkly different. Okay. Lore Imperium. Oh, nice. And sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter, addressed to Theodora van Valencia, signed it with the seal of one of the holy ordos of the Emperor's Inquisition. The Inquisition? Inspect the shards. It's difficult to say exactly what was broken. An object fell on the floor. As if submerged in Promethean. What does this mean? Combustible fuel. Okay, let's inspect this body. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood. Whew. The safety is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more. No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Indeed. What is this? Oh, that's cool.
Let us not dawdle.
Okay, so, Abelard, hopefully, is the one that would most benefit from this. And 35 fellowship. And has the highest fellowship score. So, that seems good. The Rosary obviously can go on Rofure. 3 logic. Alright. It seems like Melta-Charge, Machine Right. Machine Right set. Oh, I love these stories. Multi-key. These are consumables. So that's good to know. Is there any reason to put these on here?
No can do.
I didn't think so. Let us
Always
check
keep
the other
your eye
room
on the
here.
prize.
Oh.
With fire and vigor, our Emperor, imbue us!
We go first. So, given that we go first, Abelard, I'm going to want you to charge. Fear, I want in full cover. Argenta, I want you to be able to rain fire on them. This position seems good. And then Adira. Let's do something similar on the opposite side. Yeah, I mean, this is a little... Because we're going first. Alright, armor stat indicates what percent of incoming damage. Okay. You have obtained heavy armor. Who has? I don't know what that means. Alright, so if I charge this guy, I end up where? Seems like I end up in between, yeah? Nice. And then I can do a cleaving action.
I will do my duty.
That. Okay. Wasn't what I was hoping for. So if I wanted to do this, 95%, 5 to 7 damage. Yikes. What if I give you some of that exploit? Now what happens? 6 to 9 damage. $15 plus exploits removed times 1%. I think we're going to end one of these. 90% chance
I'll make it happen.
for a kill there. I like that a lot. Okay, we'll call that good. Enemy status. I can click on this. Ah, yeah. Heavily damaged. Exploit. Thermal multi-melta.
Rejoice in battle.
Around the corner and pop pop.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Six to 10.
I'll do it.
Bummer. Good way to call it there. You are going to give
Anything
a little of electrical love. Okay, so we're just down to the combat servitor now. And you're gonna
But of course.
give some additional analyze enemies here. And you're gonna help Abelard out because I feel like he's gonna get blasted. Ooh. All right. Yeah, don't need tutorial about the combat log. I think we understand that. All right.
Indeed.
Charge and slash.
It will be done.
Brace for impact. Call it a turn. If I move up here and then take a shot, what do we got?
It's as good
Seems
as done.
good. We're gonna do it. I guess I could have done this
Who
first.
if not me?
That's good for now. Two to 3. That's all we get. What if we do this? 0 to 1. Oh my goodness. Momentum. Heroic acts and desperate measures. So who's got... Not used. So where do I find these heroic acts and desperate measures?
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
Will do. Was
Oh yeah, this is
was
it.
that you? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
That was exciting. Wearer gains 5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. Alright, well. Your intelligence is less than 35. Go and throw it on. There you go. Nicely done. Let's check. So, new rank available. Inflicts 1 exploit on all enemies in combat. Ooh. Then it makes a free attack. Always hits. Wow. Alright. That would have been handy for this battle. Oh, I have no idea how to choose this. Sniper expertise. Interesting. Be smart. Anytime an ability or talent uses a fellowship bonus, a Voidborn character can use the intelligence bonus if it's higher. Interesting. I can choose this, right? I think that's it. I think this Be Smart is one of the main things I wanted to pick. Because now I can use my intelligence bonus for fellowship every time. Hopefully that will give me some really excellent dialogue options. Alright, Daring Breach. Choose talent. Archetype talents. Contempt. Desolation. Epicenter of Slaughter. Thick skin. Your parry chances increased by 25% of the warrior's total armor. That seems good. Not knowing anything? Potentially making a mistake? Absolutely. Alright. And you're a psyker. Looking at archetype talents. Advice and guidance. All right. It's kind of hard for me to know exactly what to pick. But just come to recommended. Weak body, weak soul. That's cool. Whenever you trigger an exploit, gains 1 damage and 2 armor penetration. Oh, instant exposure. Okay. This is neat. I like this. We'll call that good. Hopefully that skill stays good the whole time. Firearm mastery. Number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's fire rate of fire. I like that. Huh. Oh, wow. Unpredictable. This is cool. There's some cool things going on here. All right, let's focus on survivability. Might not be the right thing, but for now, we have been way long on this episode, but I wanted to complete the introduction here before we wrap up. Let's grab these goods. Collect all. Lore warp.
That's how it's done.
The first sacrifice opens the ark. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
You are here. But where is the Lord Captain?
Do I tell him she's dead? The Lord Captain will not be joining us.
Oh, the rogue trader is dead? No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
Do not despair, brother.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
I forbid you the very thought of yielding. Only by resigning to your fate will you truly suffer.
Words worthy of a righteous soul.
Argenta's gonna like us.
Save the lofty words for later, will you? The navigator's ready to take the ship out of the warp if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
Indeed. You can see Kunrad Rofure clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer. Ugh.
We are out of time.
Ready your weapons. If we are to die this day, let us die with honor.
To die altogether is to allow the flame of the dynasty to perish in the dark.
Not today.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm. And farewell.
Farewell?
Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder. Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Your demise is already calculated.
Your Emperor won't save you.
Okay, so Rofure goes there. Abelard goes after the Chaos Spawn. Yikes. So he's gonna go there. Adira goes here. Argenta goes here, I say, hopefully. Start the battle. Check out what this guy's about. Chaos Spawn. Natural armor. It always suffers plus 20% toxic and fire damage. Exploit permanent. Melee. How much movement do you have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems somewhat hopeful. So
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
we'll go ahead and
it's as good as done.
Do this. And then
on it.
Can you reach him now? 3 to 5 damage. That's all you got? Okay. Run and gun. And shoot again.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Alright, let's analyze enemies.
I'm not so sure.
So, how far can I be away from this? The 12 cell radius. Okay, so we can back up a little bit. This is within line of sight. So, we'll back up to here. And then
what is
do
this foreboding? On it.
17. 17's not bad.
Not the Scryer's job.
Until the end of combat. Let's protect our main character. Even though... Rending Scream, what is that? They're staying pretty far away. Kind of difficult to have effective attacks from there. Alright, well.
At your beck and call.
Charge. Smack. That changes things a lot. Why do you get a random turn in the middle?
Field medicine at its finest. Brace yourself, Babylon.
Mere pain won't stop me.
Momentum. Alright, so let's first do this. Dismantling attack, second weapon. Ah, this is what this is.
You should feel honored to witness this.
22 damage. Not bad. Now let's see. 38%. 95%. Let's take you out of the battle. Then, do you have any exploits? No? Call that good for you.
I'm enraged.
Wait, what was this about? So what if I come here? I'm gonna hit you? No? I'm gonna hit you? Could do. What if I do this? That work? Nice.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Give me some momentum. Alright. We're gonna pop you with this. And then we're going to yell at you loudly. Yeah, of course your ears are ringing. Ouch. Looked like it hurt.
Will do.
I will endure. Hold on. Stay with us.
That's not good.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
Ooh, spicy. Call that good. Argenta, can you get Abelard up?
I will not. This is unacceptable.
Okay. Well, what if you do
Blessed
this?
be the hand of the healer.
Ouch.
I know what is to come.
Okay, and then shout at you again. This is probably...
Was that you? Or...
Yeah, okay, that's good. I like that. I don't like that you're probably going to knock down Magenta.
Will forge our way to victory.
Ooh.
I'll see to it personally. Who if not me?
Removes all exploits, decreasing dodge, parry, and armor by... Good. Please hurt. Ooh.
Mocking me. On it.
Alright, so 716. Okay, let's look at debuffs again. Exploit 3. Let's just do it. Psychic Shriek. Here we go.
Anything else?
16.
Will do.
Dodge. Dodge is good. We're gonna switch weapons. Exploit again. Expose weakness. And fire.
It's as good as done.
With the knockback. Love it. Expose weakness.
Was it you? Or...
And scream. This is a tougher fight than I was expecting. Not quite sure why.
But of course. Can I fall back now?
I've faced worse than this. Can't catch
Oops.
my breath.
Wrong button. That's not good.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. I won't stand for it. I'll see to it personally.
Why did I not foresee this? Anything else? Will do.
Remove exploits. And scream. Find master house. Alright. Cool. I love this. Choose characteristic. Intelligence. Yes. Yes. That's what we're doing. Recommended? Archetype? Archetype? What are we dealing with here? Offense, defense, support, contagious luck. No, not contagious luck. Be smart, jinx. Contingency plan. Interesting. Origin. Just a flesh wound. Anytime a Voidborn scores a critical hit, there's a 10% chance to double the damage. That's not bad. Warp features. Interesting that warp features is a section. Using a non-damaging ability on an enemy grants them a 20% chance to fail a successful dodge or parry test against any character for 1 round. I mean, yeah, let's do Contagious Luck. That seems like a good idea to me. We'll see. I have no idea if this is a good build, but, you know. Alright. You are getting toughness, I think. Yeah, let's give you toughness. And then Imperial World characters. So I think Better to Die for the Emperor sounds fun. And we'll choose toughness for it. Complete. Cool. 1 rank available. What are we going to give you? I think it's willpower, right? Maybe it's perception. Okay. Humanity's finest. Interesting. I don't remember what Humanity's Finest was here. Well, we can look around a little bit more. Thriving in peril. Every perils of the warp increases momentum by 12. Alright. Thriving in peril, eh? Ready to serve. Yeah, okay. Let's choose Better to Die for the Emperor. Especially after how that last mission went, or last section went. Alright. I think you're going to get Ballistic Skill. Agility. I mean, you do have all of the agility. Yeah, let's do Stronger Together. Give agility to the group. I like that. All right, we have Some wounds here. Can be removed and fully healed on the Void Ship's bridge. I think we're almost to the bridge, right?
Keep your wits about you.
Wow. Okay. Anything else to look at over here?
The heir. Rofure, Master Helmsman. Systems state...
By the Emperor. It's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valencius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
I am ready. Begin the ritual. Take the Lord Captain's place. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerer's currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It has taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the war.
Mortal, who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? It matters not. Your footfalls are an echo of the sand pouring between the scales. Your hopes and faith are my mockery.
I have already resisted the temptation of the warp once. Whatever you are, you will not cloud my mind with new illusion.
Resisting the inevitable means only that realization and submission will bring greater torment.
Perhaps.
There is no power that can hinder the flows of fate.
Nice.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Dark.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's Sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valencius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Indeed.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision, it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valencius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
Epic.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora...
Well, I killed my audio by accident. Oops. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. I'm so used to saying dynasty. To hang the ancestral banners once again and exact vengeance on the enemies of House von Valencius. Wow. Well, that was an intense episode. I should have broken it up, but I had no reason to believe that it would be almost 3 hours to make it through the first full mission. Deep shadows of wariness can be seen on Abelard's face, though the old officer's eyes are keen. They rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. You had us worried for a few hours there. Is this not voiced? Witnessing you rush into the fray, decision consequences. Cool. The only thing that surprises me is how long you stayed on your feet. You must now hold your officer's first briefing in your role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officials. Some posts had to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfilled entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crew. Have you succeeded in tracking down Rofure? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I am afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all he has wrought. What is on the agenda for this evening? Reports on the condition of the ship and the crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs. To attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship. They are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort. Gargantuan is quite a word. Even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. Prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge. And they, in turn, will have the honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. I am ready. Summon the officers. I think that this is a good place to stop this episode. And then we will start in on episode 3. I think I'll name it Initial Diplomacy or something like that. So we'll get started on episode 3 soon. This has been Lunch Stream and Chill. If you're still here and you're watching the end, hey, thanks. Why? But hey, thanks. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. This is a real blast. And the writing is excellent. A lot of the start was voiced, but areas where it's not voiced, I kind of like reading it anyway. So we'll have some fun with this game, and maybe people watch and maybe people don't. We will definitely see. But even if people don't, I might play it and record it. See how it goes. This has been Rofure with Lunch Stream and Chill. Lunch Stream and Chill is usually supposed to be about an hour, and here we are at hour number 3. Almost 3 hours. Cheers. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, if you're lonely, reach out to somebody else and be their friend. And if you feel like you're not very motivated, put your phone down. Plug it in far away from your bed. Don't go to sleep with the phone in your face. Don't wake up with the phone in your face. Get up and get some work done. I'm speaking from personal experience and lack of motivation. You know, look up healthy gamer stuff, but don't just binge that. Don't just replace scrolling on your phone with healthy gamer. Go out and do something in the world. But it's still good to enjoy stories like this one. Definitely fun. Hope you're having a great day.